Sharp here, and I'm coming from far away from my mic because it was on top of my head. But I'm gonna do a live commentary for you guys. I guess that's what I'm gonna do on this channel. A lot of you guys, I read the comments. You guys said do live comms, do this, do that, and the majority of the people wanted live commentaries from things that I'd read on Twitter. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. So let me make my class here. Let's run with some cyborg camo just because it's cool, you know. That seems like a pretty good class for pub. I'm just gonna play pub, do live commentary over it. And so basically, what I'm gonna do with this series is just tweet out before I do the video. What topic do you guys want? So my Twitter is at vVv_sharp, and I did tweet out doing live commentary. What do you guys want to hear about? And I actually had Proofy Envy, Jay Cannon, tweet back at me and say that he wanted me to say where did I start, and he did it with a smiley face. And the reason why I did it with a smiley face is because if you guys do not know, me and Proof started from the same. We have the same roots. Me and him teamed with each other back before either of us were known. Back in the COD 4 S&D days. Back before I even knew how to hit him with a drop shot. Actually, no, I always knew I'd hit him with a drop shot. Alright, this game's almost over. Shit. But, so anyway, I did do a whole video series on this topic on my channel, like going through, you know, my whole progress as a pro, and you know who I've teamed with, what teams I've been on, and I did that all the way up to, you know, the Black Ops 1 season. So I pretty much talked about all this, but for those of you guys who are new to me and new to all that, I guess this will be a good little commentary for you guys, for me to talk about, you know, where in the world. All right, no one's gonna get in the hill. All right, where in the world I came from and who I started playing with, and just how I consider myself a pioneer to the Call of Duty community. And the reason I say that is because if it wasn't for people like me, people like Moho, people like Hastro, Proofy, anyone on Envy, anyone on Fear back in the day, you know, I don't know if competitive Call of Duty would be, you know, where it's at today. Because if we weren't playing in those tournaments, you know, back when they had PCLs online and, you know, these little podunk tourneys, and, you know, there wasn't really anything to play for, but we just played because we like to play and we like the competition. Would there be competitive Call of Duty, you know, right now? Would there be any MLG scene? Would it even be alive? You know, because really, you know, the guy at Treyarch, you know, he is the one. Not David Vonderhaar, but I forget what the other dude's name is. I don't know. One of you guys can probably correct me. He's like some big dude, but. At COD Champs, he was talking about how, you know, how Treyarch got into the competitive scene and wanting to do professional Call of Duty, and he said that, you know, you got to go to one of these events. You got to see, you know, Call of Duty played at one of these events. And I don't know if he had heard of MLG, you know, if he had followed it through Call of Duty 4 and MW2, and, you know, had known about it through that, or if he just was like, you know, Call of Duty's. Like, well, actually, no, that can't be true. That can't be true. He said he told them that he needs to have the game to be able to go to these events. So yeah, I don't know if he like knew about MLG and was like, I want Call of Duty at those events, or if he knew about the competitive scene before. He didn't really clarify on that, but you know, who knows that if all these players, because most of the players now, whether they want to admit it or not. You know, I'll even say that, you know, I used to look up to Fear as a player when I was just playing GB, and my team was getting straight my gundied. But I used to look up to Team Fear as just a GB player and wanting to play competitive. As you know, I saw them as the best team in the game. You know, they won all the tournaments, they won 08 Nats. I didn't even start playing until 2009. So I didn't even play the first PCL. It was mainly just ran by, you know, Fear and Envy, and then, you know, various other teams with people like Punisher and Exile and all them. But where I got that from is, you know, I started on Game Battles playing with my brother and friends from school, and then from that I met these dudes named Mike in Brazil, and Ghoulie, and they knew a little fellow named I forgot what he was going by. It was like his name was like Vision something, but known as Proofy Envy, and he didn't change his name. Actually, I think his name was Living Proof like before, but then he had changed his name a lot. He was a team hopper back in the S&D days, and so he had changed his name. And actually, when we teamed, I think he made his name S&T. We were on a team called Sick and Twisted. That's actually how I went from being Sharp Shot to just S&T Sharp. And so Proofy was named was S&T Hades, I believe. That was his name. And then after all that, me and him both went to O Sharp X all spaced out, and he went to O Proof Z all spaced out. And me and him teamed for a long time in Call of Duty 4 S&D, and me and him actually got into competitive together. We made a team with Gumper, Modi, and Proof made VXD, and that's how really all of us got into playing at the professional level and playing. He joined Envy from that, and I joined Fear from that. So that's really how I got into it. And it was. I don't know if I would say it was a lot easier back then, just because there wasn't as many people. To get into the scene, because now there's more teams, more people, it's more likely to get on a team. I think it was actually harder to get back, get into the inner circle of the pro players back then than it is now, because there are so many people that you can communicate with and talk to. When back then it was like, you're either on Envy, you're on Fear, or you're on like one of the lower tier pro teams, which at the time was like Head Trauma or any of them. And I don't really know what Rambo and Big Timer did during the whole 08 PCL 09. I didn't hear about Rambo and Big Timer till 2009, like the same time. Rambo had what was that team name he had? I forget what team name he had, but I didn't really hear about them until 2009. I didn't know anything about them in 08. Like I said, it was mainly Fear and Envy back then, and Head Trauma and teams with like Dominant. Who was on Dominant? Like Streets, Punisher, and all those dudes. So that's kind of where I got into competitive gaming, how I got into it, and how I got to the professional level that I'm at. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little topic conversation. If you guys do want to hear more things, or if you like this idea of me doing live commentaries and just explain to you guys questions that you ask on Twitter and just doing one topic on it, some I can do just multiple topics if they're short little commentary topics, but this video has been about 8 minutes long. I think it's a good little video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a like. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, you guys know where to leave them down in the comment section. As always, it's your boy Sharp. I'm out. Peace.